Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. Hope everybody's had a great weekend so far. I know Monday's right around the corner, but hey, at least we're here. I want to go ahead and welcome my co-host. First off, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Hanging in there, man. Is it rainy?
I don't know if you said the date or not, but this is 4/15/2018.
Why, thank you, because I did not. I forgot. Been sitting here listening to all this rain. You know?
Oh, yeah, ours is should be here soon.
Oh, it hasn't hit there yet.
We had a great day yesterday in the 80s. Beautiful. Wow. I got a lot of work done. I got my garden just about ready to start planting here in a couple of weeks, so I think I'll put potatoes in next week and wait a little bit before I put my vegetables in. We got to have potatoes for our outings. So
yeah, so you went ahead and already started your garden? You don't think we'll get a...
I just got all tilled and everything. Next weekend I'll put potatoes in, but it won't matter because they'll still be underground.
Right, that'll be fine, right?
Yeah, because our frost season here is, I think, May 4th, I think they're saying.
And it'll probably make it.
Should be last frost.
Because wasn't it supposed to snow tomorrow? Is it still supposed to?
Not here, not that I'm aware of.
Kathleen?
I know that poor Ron Tolliver on the site. I think everywhere that man moves, he gets snow.
It's every day.
He got like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
When's Ohio getting snow?
I thought we were supposed to get it tomorrow.
Yeah, Ron did.
I heard a rumor.
Tomorrow there's a mixture of rain, snow, sleet. On Tuesday, snow.
Okay. I knew it was coming again.
Yeah, I don't see any in our forecast, thank goodness, but stay away from PA. I don't want it.
We don't want it either. Do you ever notice every year around this time, we always start the show with this sucky weather because it's the same thing every year. It's like it's killing us all. It just everybody's wanting to get out.
I'm definitely ready to get back out and do some prospecting this year. Definitely.
That's what I mean. I know you're ready. I think our boy Dennis got out, but I know Kathleen and Shad's ready.
I seen Dennis did get out there. He'll talk about that a little bit later, I'm sure.
Yep. So at least one of us got out that I'm aware of. Well, I'm glad you made it tonight. Rich, you got Cooleys Corner tonight, don't we?
Yes, I do. I got a variety of things. We're going to bring up different things and talk about it as a group. And hopefully the chat room will chime in also.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Look forward to it, man. It was fun last time. So
not a problem.
Thank you for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Also joining us, we got our very own Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Hi, everyone.
How's the koi lady?
Well, we've got 3 new additions.
Aww.
We actually went to the koi farm today, and it was pouring down rain, but I didn't care. It was kind of neat just to see all the different kinds. I kind of just want a bigger pond now so I can have more.
Like how many different kinds do they have, Kathleen? Roughly.
Oh gosh, I would say a good 30 varieties.
And how many fish do you think they had there on the property?
Hundreds.
Really?
Hundreds. Yeah.
They have thousands, technically.
Thousands.
Oh, I'm sure probably thousands. Yeah.
Get to work, Shad.
The little ones aren't ready yet. They have them, in the mud ponds, but they harvested their first batch, and we went to go get 2, but we saw 3 that we fell in love with. So
you fell in love with your fishes. Interesting. So you had a good trip to the koi farm.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous because it was an hour and a half away, pouring down rain, just driving through back roads.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty drive, though. Very, very hilly.
Coshocton's very pretty.
Yeah. Beautiful drive. But when we finally got there, I was like, do they have enough air to get home? And he didn't seem concerned because they pumped the bag full of air.
Right.
And they made it. They were trying to jump around and stuff in the bag, though. It was very feisty.
That's cool. So you got 3 new members to the koi family.
Yes, and 2 of them are the Deutsche.
Oh, God.
They're They don't have scales except for one row down their back. Very beautiful.
That's crazy.
We got a
How
black
many-
and white one and a blue one.
Mm-hmm.
How many you got now, Kathleen? How many is it?
10.
10. Wow. You've come a long ways. How many?
Yes, I was very happy that all 7 survived the winter, the worst part of the winter. So
Mhm. So they're good.
that was a doozy winter.
It was. And if they made it through that, they're good. No
I
worries.
think I got this.
Yep, you got it. No worries. So you got a family of 10 kois. Now, are you going to be getting more this year?
I don't know.
That means yes.
I don't know. I'm looking at Shad, and he's like,
Well, ain't there more room in the pond?
huh?
Ain't there enough room in the pond for more? That pond's
Oh,
huge.
yeah. I mean, technically, we could have like 20.
Oh, see, no worries.
Well, that's a lot of a lot of fish to have to move to Arizona.
Oh, this is true. I didn't think about
Unless
that.
someone buys a house who love koi, then
Oh,
they can
that's
keep
true.
it.
You could include
Kind
the
of,
koi.
kind of your pets, you know?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's all good. So I think you get, by the end of summer, maybe a couple more, go to the koi farm one more time. And
We will go one more time because the place was just really beautiful to be out there and looking at the fish. And when they get the rest of their harvest in, I do want to just see what they have.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely.
I never
do.
thought I would end up with what I did, though. It
Right.
was really,
Oh, right, of course. But you probably didn't even have no idea those ones existed, that style, did you?
I had heard, but I'm like, well, who wants a fish without scales? Isn't that just a catfish?
Mm-hmm. It's a catfish with colors and looks like a
Right.
koi. Interesting.
But after I saw it, I was just like, and they let you pet them, like the fish will let you pet them.
Really?
Yeah, they were very socialized fish.
Wow. Now, when you walk up to this pond, do you say, "Oh, I like that one. Can I see him?" And do they get?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
They will pick out any ones that you pick out, and if you want to look at them closely, they put them in this blue tub,
Uh-huh.
and you can inspect them and look at them. And he showed us how to determine what the gender the fish are.
Wow. Okay.
So we purchased 1 female and 2 male.
Oh, so you may have more than anyway, right?
Well, we did see 2 of them acting like they wanted to spawn. Like the males will chase the females into the shallow part.
Okay.
So, but we don't have any. You have to have your pond set up for that type of thing, and we don't.
Really?
We don't want it to happen. So they'll still spawn, but the fish eggs won't live.
Okay. Oh, well, that's weird.
Yeah, the others will either eat them or they'll get put in the filter.
Oh, okay.
Or birds, all kinds of
Oh,
things.
all kinds of little factors there.
Frogs.
Pretty cool, though. I'm happy you went and got out and went and got you some more. And since you didn't get to go play in the creek,
I was still outside all weekend. Well, even yesterday it was beautiful. I sat outside all day.
mm-hmm. Oh, yesterday was
And,
nice.
Yesterday and Friday both.
Yep, Friday was better, I think, to me.
Because we rolled in from Arizona 5 a.m. in the morning on
that's
Friday.
right. Yep. Good flight
So
coming
we
home.
slept.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bumpy flight. They were having high winds out there. And it was just a lot of turbulence.
Yep. Well,
It
you
was a
made
nail
it.
biter.
You made it, and you come back, and it was a warm day. So
That made it better,
Yes,
yeah.
it did.
And I needed that time away, and it got us thinking about, okay, we got to get our ducks in a row. We've got things we got to get done because we are moving.
definite.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's definite.
it's definite. Good. Well, I'm glad you guys made your decision.
Yeah, we met. We've got a realtor on the case now for us in Arizona who's gonna. I mean, he understands our situation.
Right.
With technology today, there's so many things that you can do, and he's gonna FaceTime any properties
Oh, there you go.
that we really want to see, and then we'll make some weekend trips too
Oh, there you
to go out and
Perfect.
see everything. We got to see Jimbo's new place
Oh, that's nice.
out there,
Good.
and he's doing a lot of stuff to it. It was really cool.
So you seen Jimbo, you seen Scott.
Yep.
Anybody else that we might know?
I didn't see anybody else.
That's it?
We didn't have a lot of time, but it was. I'm glad we at least got to see them.
Now, I seen you found it. Looked like you found an old gold pan. Where did you find that at?
Oh yeah, Shad will talk about that.
Okay, cool. Well,
While I was working, he had a day off.
oh, he went out exploring.
Yeah, he went wandering.
Well, that's what he's...
Lonesome buffalo wandering
Yeah.
In peace.
while I was working.
Well, he didn't want him just sitting at a hotel by himself,
No,
right?
I'm glad because he found it at where'd you find that?
I'm not telling you yet.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll wait till we get to Shad here in a minute. We'll get Shad next. So he can
Apache
tell us.
Junction. That's all I'll
Apache
say.
Junction. Okay, cool. Well, Kathleen, I'm glad you're here. I'm very happy for you and the new Cooleys, and and tonight I understand you got Kathleen's closer look with a K.
I do have a closer look. I worked on it, and it's going to relate today. We've got a big tax day. This is tax day.
No, 17th.
Well, technically,
yeah, 7th. I can
technically
right.
the 17th,
Right,
but
right.
since it falls on a
Technically.
weekend,
Right.
and yeah, it kind of goes in with everything in our gold obsession and all the different things that the craziness. There's a couple stories I want to talk about, and it's kind of interesting.
Cool. Looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll
Thank
get
you.
to that right after Cooleys Corner tonight, so everybody stick around for a closer look with Kathleen. Also, Kathleen, thank you for being here.
Yep.
All right. Also joining us, we got the other half of the Wandering Buffaloes. We got our very own Mr. Shad Biffle. How are you, Shad?
I'm doing well.
Doing well. So tell me about the pan. Where'd you find it?
Well, I would like to say I went hiking into the Superstition Mountains and found it. But no. I so wanted to, but I was like, I don't have enough time. As soon as I'd get back in there, it'd be time to get back, and Kathleen would be like, "Where are you?"
Right.
So, no, I was in Apache Junction and was just checking out some of the, shops, antique places, and other things, and came across. You would think there's tons of mining stuff for sale, like older things
Right.
that you can find, but it's hard to find.
Really?
People search for it religiously, they said. So when something comes up, it gets snatched up pretty quickly. And I just happened to be walking around, and I was about to leave and went back to an area I already looked, and I totally missed it. There's this little really old gold pan.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really date it, so I have no clue. But it's rusted, old metal pan, like a finishing type pan.
Right.
But of course, I did my diligence, tried to look up how it was made and compare on the internet and stuff from other people and whatnot. So snagged it up for just not too much, a few bucks really.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also found native Arizona copper specimen,
Oh, okay.
which was pretty cool and unique looking.
It's super heavy.
They pulled it out of like where Globe, Arizona, top of the mountain, Arizona is. It's
Right.
huge copper mines out there. Just massive if you look at Google Earth. It's insane.
I didn't know
So
that.
it's pretty cool.
That's cool. Some cool little finds. Even though you found them at what'd you find it at, like an antique store or something?
Yeah, the gold pan, yes.
That's cool. And I wonder why people buy up all that old equipment just for like decorations or.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Think
But that
so?
was, unless you wanted a pickaxe.
Yeah.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah, you got.
And I don't know how well that would go flying with that on in the
True.
luggage.
True. But at least you got some cool other stuff though, so that's good. And you had a good time down there. You glad to be back?
No.
I didn't think so. I just had to ask anyway.
I will say this, though. The weather on Friday here in Ohio was great, and it was almost the same as what was in Arizona because they had a front moving in when we left.
Uh-huh.
So that was nice to kind of ease back into our lovely weather
Sure.
that we have here.
Sure.
But no, it was cool. I mean, it was great being out there, being able to see Scott at his barbecue joint,
Right.
which is very good, by the way. And then, of course, hook up with Jimbo and see their new place. And, of course, in Jimbo fashion, hey, I bought a place. All right, let's gut the son of a gun and build it how I want to build it. So,
He got a sweet deal though.
yeah.
See?
Yeah, and it's going to be really nice. So
Well, that's
he's
awesome.
going to be a busy man.
Yep. Well, good for Jim. That's
So.
good to know. shit.
Yeah, would have loved to have more time, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, of course.
Go out mining there, and then maybe also, I know Donald Knox and a handful of other guys we've talked to that are out there. Hopefully next time we'll catch up with them and
Right.
hang
I want
out
to
a
do
little
some
bit.
prospecting.
Right. Next time I think you guys go, it's got to be a prospecting trip, not a work trip, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely not a work trip.
Right. That makes sense. Go
Hey, I
on.
wanted to mention something. Shad, did you hear about our favorite gunnery sergeant passed away today?
No, I haven't even. I just this evening got on, so I
Yeah,
haven't looked at the
Gunny
news.
Arlie Ermy.
Oh, did he
He is
really?
a famous retired drill instructor sergeant that you see on TV and a lot of the shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he passed away today, so I want to rip for him,
Oh, wow.
7 for 5, Gunny.
There you go. Yeah. What was the cause, Rich? Just.
He died from complications of pneumonia.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
He
So
was-
in the end, he didn't eat enough bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They said he was 78. I'm not
78.
sure.
Well, I'll be
I
darned.
believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But
That's wild. I didn't even hear that yet.
Yeah,
yeah,
Full
he was
Metal,
the famous Gunny on Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
Metal Jacket, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's been in a lot of movies. Had his own TV show a couple times, gun shows. Yeah. So.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Which was funny. He was originally just somebody there to advise on how to be a drill instructor and stuff for Full Metal Jacket, and they liked him so much they gave him the part.
74. Yep.
74.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up
All right.
for all the. I know there's a lot of Marines
Oh,
here,
yeah.
so I wanted to bring that up.
All right. Well, thank you, Rich. All right, Shad, you got those metal prices tonight, my friend?
Oh, we still doing that, huh?
I think so. Kind of goes with the theme around here. So
Well, you know what? I'll do them because gold's up $8
sweetness.
to 1,347. So it kind of went down from Wednesday a little bit, but it's recovering. Silver is up 18 cents to $16.63.
Making its move.
Platinum has crawled up $2 to 930. And palladium is thundering back up $23 to 982.
Man, it is thundering back. But silver's just making its move. Keep an eye on it.
18 cents is a big jump.
It is. 'Cause-
If you look at how it's been moving, it's
Mhm.
Well, I'll remember what I reported last Wednesday.
That's like triple what it normally
Silver.
jumps. So keep an eye on it. I'm telling you. Now, I think it's time for Shad's favorite portion of the show, the birthdays.
Happy birthday to you.
I wasn't sure if Dennis was out of the bathroom yet.
Happy
Yeah, he's ready.
birthday
He's a
to
professional.
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my god!
This is like torture every
Oh,
night.
I
yeah.
know. It
That's
just makes
awesome.
your skin crawl. You know what I mean?
love
It's like
it, though.
your hair stands up on your
It's
back.
And he's always in tune.
He
Yeah.
sounds great every week.
I still want to
I
crawl in
could
the
just
shower.
imagine him rubbing his belly and everything.
Yeah, you
dude.
see it. You literally see
I
it.
can just imagine that.
Yes, because you've seen him do it live, so you,
Yeah.
you know
Well,
the
I'm in
move.
Prospector space right now and see Dennis's belly in a video with our friend David Bogan.
Mhm.
Yeah. 30 Club shenanigans.
Mhm.
All right, today's birthday is on April 15th. We have Chris Wilson, our good buddy Dano, Doug Stanky, iCoyote65, John Charles Sorg, John Hansen, Matt Peace, Michael Johnson, Michael Kelvin, Neil Brooks, Steve Borden, and Virgil Allen Dove. And tomorrow, Alan Wood, Anthony Ray Wilburn, and David Campbell are all who appear.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey.
Shad, thank you for being here. Great job. As always.
How about the gold prices?
Yeah, way to go, my friend. All right. Also joining us, last but not least, we got the Indiana Gold Hunter himself, our little buddy, Mr. Dennis Dayton. How are you, Dennis?
I tell you what, doing pretty good. Even though we had some rain, I still got out in the creek.
You was in the creek.
I went prospecting yesterday and today.
2 days in a row?
2 days in a row, yep. Corey Hagerman come down and picked up his, he got here Friday, and he picked up his Keen 2-inch backpack dredge, and he stayed here at the house all weekend. And so we got out yesterday, and boy, did we have some fun, let me tell you.
So did you just run Corey's dredge, or did you take yours?
No, we did his. We just took his. We wanted to get it. Its maiden voyage on the creek, and we would have had a lot more time had we had some instructions to put that thing together.
Okay, what was the problem there?
A little advice I mean, Keen makes great, awesome dredges and seat boxes and high bankers, but just please put instructions on how to put that thing together. A DVD or anything. I mean, it comes with a booklet, and it just shows you a picture, but there's no step 1, step 2. I mean, it was pretty much we winging it.
Right.
And usually that's usually what happens, especially for us guys. You know, we'll get something. You throw the instructions down, and you just start putting it together. But boy, it took about.
And then I guess they send you extra parts too. So then when you put it all together, you're thinking, "Oh man, what I miss."
I did. I thought, man, what are we missing? Because I had 6 or 8 different bolts and nuts and washers, and I thought, man, I hope nothing's messed up here.
Oh, but it
was,
so the instructions kind of like caveman outdated type instructions.
Oh yeah, it. I think on the actual paperwork, I think it said something 2004.
Really?
So, yeah.
It's 3 hours to put together a 2-inch backpack.
Yeah, I was trying to look somewhere on YouTube or anywhere to find instructions or tutorial how to put it together, and the only thing I found was a page on how they love their dredge.
Wait a minute, I'm going to stop you for a minute. What did you call that thing? A tutorial?
Yeah, tutorial, or however you say it.
Okay, you continue now.
Oh man, I was on mute.
I didn't know what that was. A tutorial.
Instructions.
Well, you
Black
said,
and white
you
pictures
said tutorial.
that are blurry.
Well, I was just wondering what a tutorial was. I just didn't know.
Well, I'll have to show you in person, Tim.
Okay, thanks,
I'll save
buddy.
that one for a video.
All right, please do. Continue
But,
on.
I mean, just anything. I mean, I got on the site, and man, it was just several pages of a lot of people complaining because they didn't get instructions on how to put it together. So, Keen, if you're listening, we have any people in there that are dealers for Keen, man, get a message to Pat. Put a DVD in there, and I mean, he could probably put those things together while he's asleep.
Oh yeah, if
throw a DVD in that if someone buys one, so they can watch it and go step by step how to put it together.
Yeah, turn that 3-hour escapade into a half an hour, right?
Or less.
Or
yeah,
less.
It should take half hour less.
It should. There's nothing to them things.
Yeah, this is the tools that you need. This is the first thing you need to do.
Step one. Lay out these parts.
I'm glad you got a lot of leftover parts, because so did we.
Oh, man, I told Corey, I said, you know what, because I like to put, YouTube videos up, and I while we were putting it together, I said, I ought to just make a video on how to put this together. And man, by the time we got together, I said, I ain't doing it. I said, if we take this thing apart.
Everybody I've talked to said the same thing. Man, I should have done a video on it, but you don't want to take that thing back apart and do it again.
No.
That's bad. That's bad. So the next person maybe that buys one, before you put it together, set the camera up and do a video.
Just record yourself, and then you can edit the
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have to edit it. I'm sure you'll have to edit a lot.
But it's an awesome backpack dredge. I love
mine.
Man, oh yeah,
love it.
He started running. Of course, when he got it in there, he didn't have any rope, so you can't leave it in that creek out in the middle. He wants to go down the creek with it, so we had to pull it to the side, and then we kind of propped a couple rocks under the floats to give it a little bit of a pitch, and then he didn't have his, little orange mallet.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Harbor Freight today, and he picked up a mallet, and then we went. We had some rain, and when we went back out there, and I got video that I'm actually uploading right now of the weekend, and we just basically there was a gravel bar from the last big flood we had from a week ago from all the rain and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we just tested right on top. Of course, there was a bunch of clay, like the bedrock. It's basically like taking what that flood did to the creek. It was like flipping a pancake. It scraped the bottom, got some of the clay, and then flipped it. So there was a bunch of clay pieces on top. And that's in the video I was showing. Now this is what you look for, and in the area I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
We did some testing right on top and found some gold and showed it. And,
nice. So is he impressed with his new toy?
oh, he loves it.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
he drives a Chevy Cobalt, so he had to take part of it back apart. And I said, well,
Wow.
I'm not driving 3.5 hours to your house to help you put this back together.
Well, what all did he pull off? Just the motor and the sluice box and
Yeah, sluice box and the motor. I mean, the only thing left was the frame again.
right,
so.
the frame and the floats. I always just slide that in my car and
Right.
put the box in then on top. It works out pretty good. That's what's nice about it. It's easy to break down and put in your car,
Another recommendation, if you get it, is if you order one and got one coming, get you some real thin ratchet straps instead of the bungees that you use to hold the floats on.
And bungees are a joke.
I recommend you can pick them up Harbor Freight, real cheap.
Yep. Or a unistrap like the plumbers use, or Shad,
Oh yeah,
I want to see how Shad's contraption is going to work on mine this year.
or what Shad did to Kathleen's, right? Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like a rock, man. It's all
Yeah.
one piece. You could shoot that off from a rocket and it'll land and be fine.
Perfect.
It's awesome.
Cool.
I can't wait to try it out.
It's
Well,
gonna
as long
be,
as you don't have to take the floats and stuff off, you're good. I mean,
Yeah.
because you have your brackets and stuff on yours now, so
Mhm.
Well, even if you have to take them off, you just
you have wing nuts.
wing
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Hmm.
That's what we
heck
like.
yeah.
That's the way. Got to get rid of them bungees.
That's what I was telling Dennis and them. They ought to get metal straps made instead of using bungees.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know, all you got to do is bend them and drill
Oh, yeah.
holes and put them right on. I mean,
you're done.
Heck yeah. No more bungees. No more. Bungees are not for hooking to.
well,
the
I mean,
dredge.
Kathleen found out it's so hard with those things to drag them up and
It
down
is.
the stream
It is.
because the the straps fall off and then your float
Mhm.
might float away or.
Oh, they're
I remember Gold
Rush.
Rush days when I was moving
Yeah.
the dredge upstream.
Oh yeah, that was very interesting. Let me tell you.
If you got this on video, this would be the most hilarious thing.
It's ridiculous, them things. Poor, bad idea on that. It was just don't like them. Sorry. I like the straps. No bungees.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. But I love the dredge. See? Me,
Oh yeah,
Me and Kathleen
it
love
worked
them.
awesome.
So now Corey's part of the club now too. He's got one, so they work great.
We love it.
Yep. My
And
favorite.
it's
Yeah,
found
Corey,
in a lot
just-
of gold.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Just Corey, look at I think what Shad posted a picture of Kathleen's there that time when he put the metal brackets on it. I believe.
Mhm. Yeah.
Just
I
look
think
at
so.
Kathleen's with the metal brackets on. You can see how easy they are to do.
Yep.
They're not
To
that.
fabricate some real quick, and you're in business. Lose the bungees. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Dennis, I'm glad you
Yeah.
got out, my
But other than
friend.
that, it was fun. It was a little bit chillier today, and so instead of just sitting there, we decided, let's go to Harbor Freight because we had the truck loaded down
Mhm.
and ready to go. So we made a trip to Harbor Freight, came back to the house, and away we went. Went
Good
out there,
move.
and of course we seen the creek was up, so I just kind of gave some tips and pointers on what I look for
Mhm.
in my area, some of the signs, and then we went in and ate lunch at the Gatesville Country Store. Man, the food there is so good.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and then went to the bridge and showed the sign where it says you're now entering / leaving Gatesville.
Okay.
So it's what it says. That's how small
that's how small
I guess
it is.
you call it town or whatever. Yeah, it says you're entering / leaving Gatesville.
That's small.
It has one fire station. It has the Gatesville Country Store that Robin and Doug own, and then it has, I think, maybe 8 or 9 homes. There's no churches I know of, no bars in there that I know of, no.
Small.
It's real small. Good gold though.
And then,
good gold.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So that's not where you prospected at though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you went to like the Glory Hole or something like that.
No, we because he ordered it through Robin there because she's a dealer for Keene.
Right. Yep.
And so that's where he picked it up, and we decided to get it together and do some prospecting there. So.
Okay. Gotcha, Pacha. Sounds cool. Well, so when are you heading out though? To the pit or something? Anytime soon?
Yeah, I'd like to get out. I don't know. I mean, it depends on. It depends on next weekend. I know Kevin's on vacation next week, so I'm working 12 hours every day next week, and I don't know about the weekend. If it's nice and we're not working, then that's my next plan. My next goal is to go out to the honey hole / glory hole.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, I hope you make it, my friend,
Oh, I'll definitely go somewhere.
Hopefully the weather's permitting and you don't
I don't care about the weather. It's already, I don't care if it's raining. I'm going to get wet anyway.
Right,
so
a little bit of rain.
Yeah, we have plans for next weekend. We're
good.
I don't care if it's raining.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Kathleen's like, I'm going. I don't care.
But I do have a little bit of advice.
What's that?
If you're stuck inside for a couple, 2 or 3 months because of the weather, before you go out prospecting on your first weekend out, really prospecting, make sure you do some stretches.
Yoga.
There you go. Yoga.
Anything. I don't care if it's Yoda.
Do some Pilates.
You got to do some stretches because I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and oh boy, did I have one heck of a Charlie horse. Woo, man.
Stretches, Dennis. Stretches.
Oh gosh, I don't think I'll forget to do that. No. Not after that one.
You must.
It wasn't a Charlie horse; it was the whole family.
It was a Charlie Corral, right?
Yeah.
It was more than a horse. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, see, now you've learned a lesson. Stretches.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
No more Charlie horses. And
I was going to tell you.
And Dan.
Before we go to break, on the break, I do have a couple of Snapple real facts, and one one is a 2-part trivia we'll do.
Okay.
But before I do the thing, how's your week been? How have you been doing?
I've been fine, except for my wife made me work around the house all weekend.
What?
I had to paint the bathroom and rejuvenate the wood floors, and good God, I don't know what else I did. She had me doing all kinds of crap. Oh, I had to go to a 5K run with her, and oh my God, I ain't sit down this weekend. I barely got to work on my taxes. I'm like, this sucks.
I got mine done.
I got to get mine done. I got, 2 days? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So that was my fun weekend. I just worked all weekend. So
at least you got to think about prospecting then, right?
Barely. Why?
Any big plans coming up in the future, going out or sneaking out for a day or washing the car? Or?
Oh yeah, I like to wash the car. But I'll tell you a little funny story. I mean, it was funny to me. Well, yesterday evening, I'm here working, and of course she's not. She's running to the store and stuff, and she calls me and says she's freaking out. I can't find my car. I'm like, what do you mean you can't find? How can you not find your car? It's your car. She's like, I parked in aisle 4 because she writes down what aisle she parks in, and she says it's not there. I see numerous silver vehicles, and mine's not there. I'm like, oh my God, come on. How can you not find your car? I'm still going on about that. So I said, all right, I'm coming up there. So I get my car and I drive up to Walmart. And I drive around the parking lot and I don't see it either. And I'm like, maybe.
What?
Yeah, so I'm still driving back and forth and I'm like, wait a minute. So I grab her. I said, let's go inside. We'll get security and ask them to look at the security footage just to see, when you came in, where you parked or whatever. So I go and talk to them. They're like, you got to call the police. The police got to do it. I'm like, really?
Wow.
So I'm like, come on, let's just go back outside for a minute. Drove around again, and I found it, finally. It was parked like somewhere she never would have parked to begin with. She was parked like way in the back, and she never parks way in the back. She don't have enough sense. She always parks up front around the carts and everything. And so I told her, I said, let's put a Crony Club sticker on your back window. And you will know your vehicle from any vehicle in this lot. So I guarantee you'll be the only one that has one.
Somebody just stole it and took a joyride?
I honestly did. I had my finger on the button to call the cops. I honestly thought somebody stole it. And she's like, nobody could have stolen my car. I'm like, yeah, they can. They sit in these parking lots and wait for people to get out of a car. And when I seen this vehicle down there, I went and got a closer look, and I'm like, is that hers? And I'm like, that's her car right there. And I'm like, oh, my God. So I told her, I said, we'll put a Crony Club sticker on the back window, and then you will be sure it is yours. So there's a little hint. If you want to find your car, join the Cronies Club and get your official
You can advertise
sticker.
them as an anti-theft.
That's right.
Join your vehicle in a parking lot. Add Cronies Club
Yeah,
decal.
you don't need a little antenna ball. You need a Crony Club sticker on your back window. That's what you need.
If she
Kill you.
You know what? If she loses it again, put
give
one of the
up.
flags on then on the window.
Yes,
you know?
and I'm working on flags now. The car flags.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
So if she loses it again, next step is she has to have that flag flying.
I think next step is a full Prospector Radio vinyl wrap on the car. That way she can.
Heck yeah.
That way she's advertising and she can find her car at the same time.
Man, that's funny.
It would be one of a kind for sure, wouldn't it?
I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh because I've had those moments and I get lost, walking 2 blocks. So
Well, I figure she's texting her girlfriends the whole time she's getting out of the car and walking into Walmart, and she has no clue where she parked. Even though she wrote aisle 4, I'm still thinking she's in aisle 12. So I'm glad she don't listen to the show because she'd kill me for telling you guys this.
I don't know.
But it was
We'll find out.
it was kind of funny, but not funny after it happened. It's like, oh my gosh, really? You can't find your car? How can you not? I just couldn't believe she can't find her car. It's like, you could find your car.
Where's my car?
Yeah, that's what it was
Oh, man.
like. That's exactly what it was, Kathleen. It was the same thing.
That's so funny, Kathleen.
Oh, man. I know a GIF.
Next time you do that, Kathleen, or next time you see her, go, dude, where's my car? That would be great.
I'm going to see if I can find a jib jab.
Find
Car
something,
jib jab.
find something and post it to her Facebook page. Dude, where's
Oh,
my
I
car
will.
thing? And see if she gets it. Then she'll know I told you guys.
She starts getting them from everybody.
Yep, from all you guys, send them to her. Everybody
That'll
listening,
be funny.
everybody that's listening, that's on her Facebook page, do that. That would be
Christy
great.
Grimes on Facebook.
Yeah. She'll kill me. That is awesome.
man.
All right, we're going to
Dude,
take a
that's a
quick
good one.
break, and we'll come back with some Cooleys Corner. We'll be right
Well,
back.
hey, you want to do the trivia?
Oh, yeah,
real
do
quick?
your trivia. Thank you. Sorry, man.
Okay, here we go. We've got 3 of them here.
Okay.
The first one is real fact number 1105. In ancient Greece, the strawberry was a symbol for Venus, the goddess of love. Yep.
Okay.
All right. The next one is real fact number 326. And it says, on average, now everyone I'm sure will relate to this. On average, you'll spend a year of your life looking for misplaced objects.
Like your car?
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Okay, and the trivia.
Trivia one. Here we go.
Trivia. It's a two-part. See if anyone can guess them both right. It says the popsicle was invented in what year?
Okay.
By who?
Okay. And on that.
So the popsicle was invented in what year and by who?
Okay. You guys think about that, and we're going to a break. No Googling. We'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights. Rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
Just stopped by on my way home to show you all my gold.
You've been digging into some Jimbo's gold pay dirt.
Yeah, Jimbo's gold made me a hero.
Huh?
Got an amazing idea and supplies on sale from Jimbo's website. With bad weather, bored kids, and stressed wife, I threw a panning party for the kids and their friends. All the moms got a break, kids had a blast. Hero.
Happy kids, happy wife, great gold. That's why Jimbo's Gold is always my first choice.
Did you teach panning or share your prospecting knowledge? Then you are our hero. Tell us your story for a chance to receive a hero's reward at www.jimbosgold.com/hero.
Welcome to Cooleys Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Oh, crap, Rich. Wait, what? Let Dennis answer his question real quick.
That's what I was going to say.
Thank
you. Going to do the popsicle thing?
I forgot. Yeah,
doing the popsicle
Go for
thing.
it, Dan.
It was invented, a couple of them had it in there, in 1905.
Mm-hmm.
It says by an 11-year-old boy, and I guess the 11-year-old boy's name, according to the answers in here, is Frank Epperson.
Uh-huh. That's who invented the popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mercy. All right.
Are we ready?
Ready. Go for it,
Ready.
Rich.
Welcome to Cooleys Corner. How we doing tonight? All right, tonight we're going to make it a little interesting. I'm not going to be reading from a piece of paper. We're going to wing it, just like we always do. And the first topic we're going to talk about is the different colors of pans. Now, I know one favorite person here likes a favorite color. How about it, Dennis? What's your favorite color, buddy, and why?
Well, for a gold pan, it's purple.
Yep, that's what we're talking about. Gold pans.
And
it's
it's
a wetsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not purple in a wetsuit.
So it's a Barney
to me-
pan and a Barney wetsuit.
Uh-huh. For Dennis. Yep.
No, to me, purple really makes the gold pop. I started out with a green pan, and, I've used blue and, all the colors, but purple, I mean, to me, purple really, really make that gold just you can see the fly poop on a purple pan.
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Tim?
I like the purple, but I like the black pans too.
Black?
Yeah,
Really?
I really like the black pans because then the gold stands out more in the black sands to me. You know, I don't know why. I kind of blocks out the black sand and all I see is the gold. So I've always liked the black ones a
Very
lot.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to bring that up. A lot of people do like the black, and that's because the black sand blends in with the black, and if there's any gold in there, the gold sticks out.
Right. It does. It jumps right out. The black sands just kind of disappear. But I do like the purple for like finishing, like Dennis says.
Kathleen and Shad?
I've been liking the purple. That one is still my favorite to take, but then I really didn't have a problem with the green ones either.
Mm-hmm.
So I like them both. I cannot use a blue one for some reason.
Yeah,
Really?
I absolutely hate the blue ones.
I cannot use it.
We use ours for the dogs to hold water in the backyard.
Oh, yeah. My favorite is a blue, but I do like the purple and my green. I have a green 1149 gold pan that's 11 inch, and I love that pan. That was my first pan, my favorite pan, and I'll always use that. But when I'm dealing with, sometimes if I'm dealing with real fine gold, I will use a blue one or a purple one because it does make the gold pop out a little bit better, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And actually, the Lou had a pan. I don't know if you guys remember or not. Down there, it was called a Falcon pan, and I think if I remember correctly, I think hers was pink.
Oh yeah,
and that was actually pretty good too down in Alabama when we were down there.
That's right.
And the Falcon pans are a finishing pan. They don't have any riffles in.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that was what we were putting a lot of our gold in. And, you know, trying to separate the black sands out of it that way easier. That was pretty nice.
Right, that works good, I guess.
So some people in the chat room says black does make the gold pop. I guess that's about it. Pink is for colorblind people.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, how do colorblind people see the
What about
difference?
that clear one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the clear one's
Clear is a novelty. I gotta say, it is so frustrating. But the way you can see your gold in it, when you're panning, is to put it in the water just a little bit to submerge the bottom, and actually the gold does pop then.
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
But as far as if you have it out of the water and you're just kind of panning, looking at it, oh, it is so hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's definitely a lot of different. I guess it's just your eyes, maybe. I see like.
I wonder how the old timers did it with theirs.
With the metal pan.
Yeah, rusty metal.
I don't know. They'd have problems probably trying to identify a nugget.
True.
But the pink pan is supposed to work best for the people that are colorblind.
Okay, but if you're colorblind, how would you see the difference between the gold and the black?
Just something about I don't know, just the color in that color.
Huh.
They say the ones that are colorblind,
Mm-hmm.
actually the pink is what they can see the gold in best.
Interesting.
Right. When you're colorblind, you're not totally colorblind. You just can't see certain colors.
Certain colors.
Right.
Greens and
Mhm.
blues and things
Right.
like that.
Oh, okay.
So, and greens and red. There's a green and red color blindness and a blue and something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
All right.
be interesting.
Next subject.
Okay.
Emergency repairs for hose leaks.
Oh.
Gorilla
Say
tape.
you're out. Yep. Say you're out and you have a leak in the middle of your hose. You have a 15-foot hose. How do you repair it?
Gorilla tape if it's in the middle. If it's on the end, I'll cut the hose and, just shorten it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, it's right in the middle of the hose. Besides
Gorilla
Gorilla tape, what else do you use?
I just love Gorilla tape.
Can you,
He's a
can you just cut the
spokesman.
hose and have a shorter hose?
Guess you could do that.
Yeah.
All right,
but
well,
you
let me
can see
rephrase
the
this. Okay, we have the blue hose.
The blue hose.
What do they call that?
The
Oh, the lay
Flat, the lay
lay
flat
flat,
hose.
thank
right?
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the lay flat hose, 15-foot section. You got a hole in it. You have you have Gorilla tape, but what other ways can you fix it?
Oh, that's right. You can cut that and then tape that around it.
Correct. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
That's right.
Take a piece of the lay flat hose, cut it, slide it over top of it. Then when it gets water in it, it'll seal it up, and then you can tape it that way too.
Oh.
Yep.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
You can use like even if you don't have any Gorilla tape. A lot of people have that electrical tape or something, or any kind of tape, really, just to get that taped on.
Won't the
Like for a
pressure
temporary
just...
fix.
Because what that'll do, that'll help seal it up.
Yep.
You put that over top of the other hose and slide it back on, whatever size that hose is. You always got a piece of that hose. Just remember, you don't have to carry it along.
Right.
Now you got to cut that piece off, on your end of your fitting, take your fitting off, cut a piece of it off, slide it back all the way over top of it, put your fitting back on, throw water to it, and then once that expands, that'll seal it up, and then you can tape it up.
That pressure will just make it
Yeah.
seal, too.
Like Dart said, it's fun to get the fitting back on the hose after you get it off, though. But
One thing I was thinking about, Rich, I wonder if that Gorilla Glue stuff would work.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you're dealing with a pressure hose like that, probably not.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to try glue, but I wonder if
because when you're dealing with the lay flat hose,
flex tape might work then.
You're getting pressure. And one other thing I was going to bring up was you have to make sure you have the correct hose for the job. Now, I've told many people this before.
Oh, yeah.
I was a guinea pig. I made a mistake. I admit it. I actually tried to use the real flexible dredge hose, the Tiger Flex flexible hose, and it was great for using on my high banker.
Mm-hmm.
You could coil it up. It was excellent. One problem is after it wore a little bit, every 6 inches or 12 inches, it popped a hole in it.
Yeah.
It kept popping holes. And when I rated the hose, it was rated for 40 PS. Well, the Harbor Freight pumps was 42, and I thought, I'm never going to get it, never going to have to worry about that.
Right,
Well,
not 2
wrong.
pounds.
Wrong. Doesn't matter, It will eventually find a weak spot, and it was brand new hose.
Wow.
I mean, it was brand new hose, and not even 2 or 3 times prospecting. It started popping holes every 6 inches, 12 inches.
Jeez, that's crazy.
But I was trying to use dredge hose for pressure hose.
Right.
Because I didn't want the real hard pressure hose to have to lug around because they're really a pain in the butt trying to, because they're like preformed, They come all rolled up, and then every time you put water in them, then they curl,
Right. So, so you don't want that. So that's why you tried the cheaper one.
Right. Darth put some Tiger Flex hose in there. He put a link up for some of the heavy duty stuff. It all depends. When you're dealing with 1.5 inches, 2 inches, some are 70 psi, some are 65 psi, and that's kind of what you want. Depends on what pump you're using, but even with the high banker, you really don't need that much pressure going to it, and you can turn it down. But the problem is, if you ever want to turn your valve down or slow your water down to keep your pump running, then you get that pressure, and it's going to build up and pop a hole. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with your pressure hoses and your hoses.
Gotcha. Pretty cool to know.
Next subject. Ramrods. What does everyone use for a ramrod for their dredge? If you have a
because I
dredge.
keep forgetting mine.
That's the same thing I use. Stick.
What are some things we could use?
I use rebar.
Rebar.
Yeah, that's what I have.
In the dredge to get in the flare. Of course, obviously you got to be careful. You know, if you stick it too far and like your dredge hose at the end of the power jet is, bending towards the direction where you're at, you could potentially puncture it. But it works well. I mean, it's a thin one, so it's easy to kind of when you got a nasty clog in there.
Yeah, sure.
But then we learned from Robert, I remember down in Alabama, Rich, that you don't just want to shove it in there and just jam the rocks. You want to like kind of swirl it in there because Those
And
flat-
the reason why is because, of course, you have flat rocks. And when you have flat rocks in there and you keep jamming the rod down in, you think, well, there's nothing in there. Like I did for about 2 hours until Robert came down and bailed me out. And I'm like, this thing just ain't sucking. I've been screwing with this thing 2 hours. And he's like, here. Throws the rod down in, wiggles it around, and poof, it comes right out. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Where were you 2 hours ago?
5-inch dredge, too.
Yeah, that was on the 5-inch. I said, where were you 2 hours ago? You know. But you learn. You learn from your mistakes, and that's why we're talking about it, because I'm not shy. I make mistakes too, you know. Bob uses a fifth wheel pin puller. I've actually seen that he actually bent it to that.
Oh, that's good.
You can use PVC pipe also and put a blunt object on the end.
Chimney
Just
sweep
drop,
rods.
Yep, I was going to say the next thing. Chimney sweep rods.
Good idea.
They got sections and they're flexible. The only thing about them is they're a little narrow. They're real small.
Right.
So, especially like most of the holes in dredges are like 1/2 inch or 3/4 or 5/8, you know. So usually you would use something like a 1/2 inch. I used something one time that I got at Lowe's, and they are the extensions for paint rollers. I got one that's like 10, 12 feet long.
Right.
The problem is 6 foot of it is 1/2 inch, but the bigger coupling wouldn't go through. The only problem with that is it only worked about 3 times. And then the third time it bent because that tube is really, really thin.
Right.
And you go to pop the rock or something and it bends to the side. I actually went to twist it, and when I twisted it, it went, and it just bent.
Garbage.
So it was junk.
Garbage.
So the best thing to do is get like 1/2 inch PVC pipe and then try to take some I want to say putty, but almost like a compound, you know, and put something in the end for a blunt. You know, you can almost put a bolt head or something in the end and epoxy it in there, and that way you can use it to pop rocks. Because if you put a coupling on it, the coupling might not fit your hole. You know.
Okay, good to know, though. I like the broomstick idea. Cheap and readily
Yeah,
available.
cheap broomstick or fiberglass flagpole is what Jonathan put.
Yeah. The next thing, nozzles. What does people use on their nozzles? I know on a regular dredge that has like a jet flare or something like that, I'm kind of talking like the ones that don't. The ones that your pressure hose runs to your nozzle.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. Those types of nozzles.
Oh, them ones, yeah.
Where do people use them? I used to have it was almost like a plastic, but it was pretty flexible. And I can't find them anywhere. I know they probably have them on the internet, but I don't know what the flexing ratio of them are. But it was just like a dowel rod, but it was like a synthetic plastic, and it was real flexible, I think it was like a 1/2 inch in diameter, and I used to use that in my nozzle until it got lost down the creek. Got floated away in Ohio, but that's what I used to use.
Right. I don't use one of them kind of nozzles. I've never used one.
Yeah. And there's different stuff you can use, but the problem of it is it's got to be flexible to go around that bend.
Around that curve.
Yep.
We just use that orange dead blow hammer.
Right. To beat on the sides, but then it'll look like mine, and mine's junk because now it's all beat up and bent up.
Don't beat it to death.
Yeah. Well,
we just tap it. Just
tap, 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 tap.
Just tap it in.
Just give it a little tap-a-roo.
Tap-rooney.
Yeah, Bob said he used something with the handle and split his thumb open on a nozzle. Yeah, that hurts.
Oh.
That would not be good.
Another good tool to have is like the sniping tools. And you can basically take a long screwdriver and then bend the end over on. Basically, you can use the sniping tools like that, and what you use them for is in case a rock gets stuck in your orifice, and let me explain what the orifice is. A lot of people might not know what an orifice is. When you're dealing with a nozzle, you're dealing with a dredge nozzle like that, and you have the attachment for the pressure hose that goes on. It kind of looks like an L-shaped pipe that goes on, and it's welded to your nozzle. Well, on the inside, if you look inside, there's what's called an orifice, and basically it's almost like a washer welded in there with a smaller size hole. That's what I mean by an orifice.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what happens is the rock will get it caught up in there, and it will cause not to have suction.
Gotcha.
You know, so you can beat and gouge and take everything off, and it's not going to happen. So basically, and at our Crony Club outing, we had one of the guys that had a problem. What happened was when he was putting his stuff together, he laid his pressure hose down on the ground and hooked it up to the pump, and come back and picked the hose up and hooked it up to his nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
And when he fired it up, what happened was when it was laying down, a rock got stuck down in the pressure hose. And when he fired it up, that rock shot right into the orifice and got stuck. So he was spend a couple hours trying to figure out what was going on to why it got clogged. And that's why, basically, because that rock was stuck in that orifice, and the only way we had to get it out was take the pressure hose back off.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the rock almost just fell right out.
Yeah, that definitely. The other way is sometimes you can get lucky and just reduce your throttle down so less suction. And that sometimes you can tap it and rather than beat the orifice.
Very good point. That works too. I've seen that. I've actually did it a couple times. And that's the first thing I do. I'll beat on it a couple times first. If that don't work, I'll go and turn it down. Well, what I usually do is I'll put a black pan underneath the front of it, since I know I have an issue.
Right.
I'll just put a black tub in front of it, and then go ahead and try to unclear it. And that way, if I do idle up, idle down, it's not going to wash anything out of the box. And then when I get it fired back up, then I go up, take the black pan, dump it back in the hopper, and keep on going.
That's what I said. I just don't know nothing about them things. You know?
Yeah, well,
someday.
You're missing all the fun.
I guess so. Next, Riggs?
Okay, that was pretty much all I had.
Oh,
Awesome.
well, still cool.
That's a good one.
Very cool.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I like when Rich does this to where, that everybody gives their input.
Well, I don't want to try to read too much, but I want to get the point across. So basically, that's why I'm trying to do it this way. Try to get everybody involved in the chat room, and just try to get a discussion with you guys so you can tune in also. So.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's what makes it nice. But yeah, them orifice things. I remember when that happened at the outing. It was like
Yep. Me and Darth was down there helping him, and finally we said we ain't leaving till we get this thing running. So
right, but it was it was bad because it was like hours. We couldn't get no.
Well, after talking to him, we finally found out what he did. Basically talking to him. What did you do? How did you hook this up? Did you lay this end down first? Yeah, I put it on the motor first. All right, so you laid that down and then you picked it up and put it on. Yep. Well, there you go. A rock probably got in it.
Right.
And that's what happened. The rock fell down in the hose. He picked it up, put it on, turned it on, and boom, the rock went right in the orifice.
Yeah, but it was bad because, he looked, I looked, I didn't have no clue. I said, we got to get Rich over here. Rich would be the one that can solve this problem.
Yeah, I don't have all the credit. Darth helped too, so,
Yeah, but you guys got it going.
Got it straightened out.
So basically what you're saying is Darth was a helping hand too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did all the work.
Now, did all of you have to? Were you all trying to beat on the orifice, or did you just?
Actually, what happened was, to be truthful, I walked back to the truck to get a coat hanger, and when I came back with the coat hanger, they got the nozzle off the end, and Darth tipped it over, and I took the coat hanger down and touched the rock, and it fell out. That easy.
But it worked.
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
It worked. You got it going. You guys did it.
Yep.
That's what counts.
Yep. He was happy.
He was able to prospect finally. You know.
Oh yeah.
Great job though. Yeah, that's what's cool about it. See, and that I think that's something he'll remember now, always.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If he ever has that problem again.
That's the first thing he's going to check.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody, you know, everybody doesn't like to have to take their nozzle hose off or something like that, or separate it where your jet is, or because it's a little pain messing with the hose clamps and all that stuff. But sometimes you just got to do it. You get frustrated, and sometimes the best thing to do is shut it down, walk away for a little bit, and then come back.
Right. Right.
One other thing I want to mention.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened to me several times. I'm going along, all of a sudden I'm losing suction. And I'm like, what the heck? And I check the hose, beat the hose, check the hose, walk up, lift it, check to make sure there's nothing clogged in it, walk up to the strainer on the pump where the suction is and pick it up, and the leaves are attached to it. And then it loses prime. So then you got to get it primed back up. So if you lose suction, the best thing to do is walk your hose up to make sure there's no rocks in. Check your strainer to make sure there's no leaves or a bunch of debris around your strainer sucking into the material. Or I'm sorry, sucking in, you know, because the water won't come in because the leaves are surrounding it. And once you clear them leaves away, then you'll get your suction back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just wanted to bring that up. You know, that's the first couple things you need to check right off the bat.
Now, do you put anything around your basket to prevent that?
What?
Or?
That was another thing.
Go
Oh,
for
my
it.
goodness.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
We were at the Kearney Club outing when I first got my dredge. And I thought, yeah, I'll just take a bucket and I'll drill some holes in it. So I did. I actually had a classifier bucket there that had the whole bottom of it with 1/4-inch holes in it, screen. And I figured, all right, I'll just cut the lid. So I cut the lid, wrapped it around the hose, put it on, put it down in the water, fired it up. And after about 2 minutes, I heard, and I'm like, oh man, that's not good. So I got and shut it off, and when I did, the bucket closed shut on my hose. Even though I had those openings down at the bottom, and I had a couple holes in the top of the lid, it sucked that bucket so flat that it just went up against the strainer. I mean, it was flat.
That's a good motor.
Yeah, it's flat. So, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, I know David Bogan, I think he had an old trash can that had holes in it, and he laid it down and then put rocks in front of those. Most of the guys just use a bucket and they face it away from them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and put it in the bucket and then power rocks in around it so the leaves don't go inside.
Right.
That's basically what everybody does. But then, you know, in the season when we were there in September and October, that's when a lot of leaves are in the water laying on the bottom, and that's the worst season to do it because, you know, those leaves are a real pain.
They are bad, you know.
No.
It's just, they were bad, especially in the fall, like you said. They're just everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Mm. So everywhere you go, so you spend about, you know, every 20 minutes you got to go up, or every 10 minutes you got to go up and clear the leaves from your strainer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's real.
And then before you know it, you get a clog, you're beating the hose and working the way to the orifice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to get back to that orifice one more time.
Yep. Once you clear away the leaves, you go back, and then you got to plug up.
In the orifice.
Yipper.
Rotten. Rotten. Well, awesome, Rich. Thank you, brother. That was some good tips and pointers from our very own Rich Cooley. And giggles back there. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with a closer look with Kathleen. As soon as Dennis is done giggling. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit dirthogpaydirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. dirthogpaydirt.com. The best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. Goldprospectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at goldprospectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at goldprospectorspace.com. goldprospectorspace.com.
All right, everybody, we're back, and we're going to turn it over to Kathleen, and let's hear a closer look with Kathleen, because we don't have no intro for that.
No intro. No
just
intro.
Roll with it, Kathleen.
All right. Well, before we begin, I did want to make this announcement, and some of you have seen this. AMRA announced an update for the call to action for SB 1222. This is the clarification bill for small-scale mining in California.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is at the Senate Natural Resources Committee, and it's tomorrow, April 16th at 2 p.m. It's at the state capitol in Sacramento. Then the Senate Environmental Quality Committee is on Wednesday, April 18th at 9:30 a.m., and that is at the state capitol in Sacramento. So,
okay.
Just wanted to do that announcement because, they are calling for all hands on deck. And, if you are in California or near there and you can't attend, you go to the hearings in Sacramento. The senator, they say the senators need to know that you are sick of politicians banning all forms of mining in the state. Dress is casual, but be clean. And after the testimony, you will have the opportunity to go to the microphone and say you support the bill. So this is a good. This is happening, and I think Shannon was on the show a couple months ago when they said this was brewing. So this is the time where if you can step up, just step up.
Be there. Step up if you can. Right. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, Kathleen.
All right. So I will get to the closer look.
Closer look time.
April 15th. Tax day.
Tax day.
So, in the spirit of this great tradition, or more like an obligation, right? Right, Tim?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There are so many stories, and I'm not talking about the obvious stories like many know of the gold rush, but I'm going to touch upon a couple more obscure stories. So, we love our gold. Throughout history, people have been catching the gold fever, and they do some crazy things. Gold has motivated entire societies. It's torn communities or economies to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
It's determined the fate of kings and emperors, inspired the most beautiful works of art, provoked horrible acts by one people against another, and it's driven men to endure such intense hardships in the hopes of finding instant wealth among all uncertainty. So since ancient times to the modern gold standard, gold has led many possessors of it to bad ends. It could lead to a cycle of obsession and desperation. Gold has inspired some of humanity's greatest achievements and provoked some of its worst crimes. So there were a lot of shenanigans as well.
Yep.
And I guess there still is, In fact, the very word shenanigan originated from the California Gold Rush. I didn't know if you knew that.
No.
Say shenanigans one more time.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Oh, anyway, they said that word came about in the California gold rush. Well, that's another closer look, but let's keep going. This leads me to our closer look tonight. Are the crazy shenanigans motivated by gold? I'm going to touch upon a couple crazy stories. So let's get started. I reported this fun fact actually last November when we were talking about Black Friday and how it got its name. So this is the actual story. I'm going to go through it. So
okay.
It covers the financial craziness of gold and what drives people crazy. On September 24th, 1869, the U.S. financial sector was just in chaos. And what caused the chaos were a couple of speculators, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk. What they tried to do was attempt to corner the nation's gold market. They hoped to make a lot of money by driving up the price of gold. To help pull it off, they built a network of corruption that extended from Wall Street to the New York City government and all the way to President Ulysses S. Grant. So the conspiracy finally unraveled on what became known as Black Friday, but not before Gould and Fisk dragged the entire U.S. economy to the brink of catastrophe. So Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, who were they? They were president and vice president of the Erie Railroad.
Yeah.
They had the reputation of being two of Wall Street's most ruthless masterminds, financial masterminds. They would issue fraudulent stock to bribing politicians and judges. They also had a partnership with Tammany Hall's William Boss Tweed. Gould was an expert at devising new ways to game the system. So in early 1869, Gould, his name is actually Gould.
I know, that's cool.
I know, Gould. So weird. Anyway, he was aimed at conquering the gold market, and at the time, gold was still the official currency of international trade, but the United States had gone off the gold standard during the Civil War, and there was competing currencies between the states. Anyway, Wall Street formed a special, in quotes, gold room where brokers could trade, and since there was only about $20 million in gold in circulation at any given time, Gould, not gold, wagered that a speculator with deep enough pockets could potentially buy up huge amounts of gold until they had cornered the market. From there, they could drive up the price and sell for astronomical profits. So this is where the president comes into play.
Okay.
Since the beginning of Grant's tenure as president, the U.S. Treasury had continued a policy of using its massive gold reserves to buy back greenbacks from the public. This meant that the government effectively set the value of gold when it sold its supply and the price went down. When it didn't, the price went up. If a speculator like Gould tried to corner the market, the president could simply order the Treasury to sell off huge amounts of gold and drive the price through the floor. For his gold scheme to work, though, Gould needed the president to keep a tight grip on those purse strings. So, in the spring of 1869, Gould befriended the president's brother-in-law. This was kind of weird. He persuaded his brother-in-law to help with his secret plan to corner the gold market. He deposited $1.5 million in gold in an account under Corbin's name, and Corbin is the brother-in-law of Grant. Corbin used his political influence to help install General Daniel Butterfield as the U.S. sub-treasurer in New York. In exchange for providing advance notice of any government gold sales, Butterfield was given a $1.5 million stake in the scheme and a $10,000 loan. So Corbin also used his family connections to persuade the president that high gold prices would benefit the U.S. farmers. And these are the farmers who sold their harvest overseas. Corbin arranged for Gould to meet with Grant to discuss the matter and even helped to anonymously write an editorial in the New York Times claiming that the president had reversed his financial policy. Looks like they were using the media back then, too.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Well, during a meeting with Corbyn on September 2nd, President Grant confided that he had changed his mind on gold and planned to order the Treasury not to sell over the next month. So Jay Gould and his other conspirators have been secretly stockpiling gold since like August. They used a bunch of brokers and they proceeded to buy up all the gold that they could. And that's when Jim Fisk came in the picture, who dropped $7 million on gold. Gold, not Gould. And as the Gould-Fisk ring increased its stake, gold's value climbed at staggering heights. In August, a $100 gold piece had sold for around $132 in greenbacks. But only a few weeks later, the price spiked as high as $141. So in the gold room, gold short sellers suddenly found themselves caught. Rumors about a group of investors who were trying to drive up the gold market. So they, Fisk and Gould, they kept quiet, right? Mm-hmm. So, but at this point, they owned a combination of $60 million in gold.
Wow.
This is 3 times the amount of the public supply in New York.
Uh-huh.
So all the gold buying continued until late September. He learned from Corbyn that the president caught on to them. So Grant, furious that his brother-in-law manipulated him, the president had gotten his wife to write a response chastising her brother and warning that Grant would not hesitate to do his duty to the country and break the corner. So Gould neglected to give this information to his partner or his other partners. Instead, he began secretly selling off as much of his gold as he could. So by September 24th, 1869, this is the day that would become as Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Mobs of reporters and speculators were gathered near Wall Street. Gold had closed the previous day at $144.50, but shortly after trading resumed, it took a tremendous leap to $160. Unaware, Fisk continued buying gold like a madman and bragged that gold would soon top $200. However, Grant has been following the chaos by telegraph. This is like high stakes computer stuff back then.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Espionage, whatever. Well, after a brief conversation, Grant ordered the Treasury Secretary, Boutwell at the time, to open his vaults and flood the market. A few minutes later, Boutwell wired New York and announced that the Treasury would be selling a whopping $4 million in gold the following day.
Mm-hmm.
So, within minutes has happened. The gold prices plummeted from $160 to $133. The stock market dropped 20 percentage points.
Wow.
Thousands of people were left financially ruined.
Jeez.
And at least one committed suicide.
Holy cow.
Foreign trade stopped. Farmers felt the squeeze most of all, with many seeing the value of their wheat and corn harvest dip by 50%. Mm. Ripples of Black Friday affected the U.S. economy for several years and the rest of Grant's term as president. So Jay Gould and Jim Fisk managed to escape the disaster. The two leveraged their political connections and employed a barrage of attorneys to avoid spending a single night in jail.
Amazing.
It's estimated that both of them still netted somewhere around $20 million apiece.
They still came out ahead.
Yes. So that was Black Friday, and I thought that was, I had mentioned it in a fun fact.
Right.
And I thought, well, I'm going to look into that a little bit more. And this was really interesting because when I got to doing the research, I found that there's, a couple good books out there. You guys like to, collect books and read them. Mm-hmm. One to get is called One Nation Under Gold, How One Precious Metal Has Dominated the American Imagination for 4 Centuries. And this is written by James Ledbetter. So in this one, this is kind of interesting, and I think it ties in with all of this crazy espionage or whatever. And don't laugh.
Okay. It's hard not to.
Did you guys know in history that there was something called Operation Goldfinger, and it was actually a real operation?
It wasn't a James Bond movie?
No, it was James Bond and Austin Powers.
Okay.
But there was actually something going on out there. And it's in this book, so I thought I would brush on this one.
Yeah, please do. I want to hear what Operation Goldfinger was.
It fascinated me. Anyway, in the book, he tells a story. It's strange. In the mid to late 1960s, and this is around the time of Austin Powers, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right, yep. So as gold's role in the international monetary system, it was about to implode. A handful of top Johnson administration officials, a few members of Congress, and hundreds of government-paid scientists set off on a nuclear age quest known as Operation Goldfinger. So, in this secret operation, the government ended up looking for gold in just the craziest places, and some of them not so crazy in today's time. This is the 1960s. So, seawater, meteorites, plants, and even deer antlers, evidently. There were plans to draw up plans were already actually drawn up to use nuclear explosives to extract gold from deep inside the earth, and even to use particle accelerators to try to change base metals into gold. So that was the main point of the operation. So, this operation represented government's obsession with not having enough gold.
Right.
The post-war global economy was expanding much faster than the gold supply. Dollars freely convertible to gold were the lead. I'm sorry. The groundwork of the world's monetary system. So President John F. Kennedy, as well as others in the day, they feared that if holders of dollars and other U.S. securities were to cash in their paper for gold, there just wouldn't be enough gold to exchange, and that a global crisis was going to come. So, in a private 1962 conversation with the chairman of the Federal Reserve, President Kennedy said, "This is the time. Everyone wants gold. We're all going to be ruined because there's not going to be enough to go around."
Mm-hmm.
So, all of these fears continued through the Johnson administration, after Kennedy was assassinated. They felt that the president's scientific advisors are confident, and they wanted to use the success of their programs, and they estimated that new gold reserves valued up to $10 billion could be expected within 5 years. So Operation Goldfinger, to all of its backers, anti-Congress, was identified as a broad-based metal mining program. There were several motivations for secrecy, however. No actual funds had been put aside for the government gold hunting.
Mm-hmm.
A push for secrecy also came from the Federal Reserve chairman, who was concerned that we simply do not know how foreign central banks would interpret this move, so we have to keep it hush-hush. Operation Goldfinger took the form of hundreds of research projects designed to find gold in likely and very unlikely places. Some studies were really long shots, and for decades, various scientists had found traces of gold in coal. And so the U.S. Geological Survey sifted through coal in dozens of locations in Appalachia and in the Midwest. The government even took samples from coal ash and coal washing waste products received from various industrial plants. Wow. Of course, it did not yield the amount of gold that they wanted. In the 1940s, in the Czechoslovakia, scientists reported finding gold in an herb called marsh horsetail. So government officials collected 22 samples from across the U.S. However, they found gold concentrates well below 1 part per million and concluded it would not be useful in prospecting.
They were really reaching, wasn't they?
Right. So much of the project was turned loose on funding state-of-the-art gadgets inspired by diabolical spy movies, like a truck-mounted neutron activation system, one for detecting silver and one for detecting gold. So it will no longer be necessary to collect a sample as long as a truck can be driven over the spot and once it analyzed. The Bureau of Mines also worked on a portable X-ray probe that could be lowered into the small diameter of the drill holes to find gold. And it goes on, but I'm just like, I'm taking out the highlights.
You're killing me.
I thought it was funny.
All I'm seeing is Dr. Evil.
I know, right?
Preparation age.
Well, for Operation Goldfinger.
That's all I'm seeing as you're talking about this. It's like, stop, I can't get it out of my mind.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Well, no scientific plan was too obscure to consider. So, they explored questions like, is there gold in meteorites that hit the Earth? Well, we kind of know that there is. Is there gold in Colorado peat? Is there gold in plants and trees? Is there gold in deer antlers? I don't know why deer antlers. No. But that was one of the things that they explored. But the answer is yes, there's gold in all those things, but not in the quantities that they need for even to reach commercial heights. So
no, there'd be no way.
So I even think like maybe the sea mining thing was probably a good thing that came out of that operation. That's probably about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I just can't even think.
But I think that the last one that they were going to do in this operation, what they wanted to do was create gold out of other substances.
Yeah.
For hundreds of years.
Oh, wow.
Alchemists suspected that some materials were structurally close enough to gold so that they can be transformed into gold. Some kind of elusive external process. So many scientists recognized that the nuclear age had, in theory, provided the tools that they needed. Basically, other elements near gold in the periodic table can indeed be transmuted into gold by nuclear reactions, but this method was deemed to be too expensive.
I'm sure, give them time. That'll happen.
So what became of Operation Goldfinger?
Yes. What?
Most of the experiments, as you probably heard, were one-offs. But I guess one thing that did come into play was the reopening of the viable gold mine in Cortez, Nevada. So I think that's still mining gold. But anyway, at least they didn't use a nuclear detonation for gold mining. It never came into fruition.
That we're aware of, right?
And I guess by the 70s, the government scientists scaled back all of their attempts to use nuclear detonations for moving and earth moving or mining.
I just wonder if, like, when they detonated nuclear bombs out in the desert, if they checked for that stuff, though.
I wonder.
Makes you wonder. Now, hearing this stuff, it's like, you never know.
I was just really surprised because... and they even said this in the book, that people just thought it was a gimmick.
Well, yeah.
It was designed just for a presence, to show a force or a psychological attempt to ease the world market by hinting that the U.S. could tap new sources of gold.
It's strange. It's funny.
I love gold.
I was just wondering if you're going to do that.
That's all I could picture the whole time. It's like, really? Kathleen, you're killing me tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Lordy.
And one more thing about Goldfinger's fate. The lack of results, surprise, surprise, brought it to an end. So,
after how many millions of dollars of government?
Millions of dollars. I thought that was kind of funny.
It was funny.
And if and I'll end with this. They thing. If there's another book out there too, if you want to look it up, by the late Peter Bernstein, titled "The Power of Gold: The History of an Obsession." So, very good book. It includes a lot of stories of these kind of quirky things, about the crazy things that we do for gold. It's told from an interesting perspective. Mr. Bernstein is a money manager, a research analyst, and a financial commentator, as well as a historian. So I think that would be a good read if you're interested in this kind of thing. And maybe I could get some more tales out of it.
Yeah, please do.
Well, anyway, the book tells the story of how people have become intoxicated, obsessed, haunted, and humbled by gold. And I'll leave you tonight with some food for thought. Okay. This is quoted from the book. The story goes that about 100 years ago, a man boarded a ship carrying his entire wealth in a large bag of gold coins. Mm-hmm. A terrible storm came, and then this was a few days into the voyage, and they had to abandon the ship. So strapping the bag around his waist, the man went up on deck and jumped overboard, and of course he promptly sank to the bottom of the sea. Mm-hmm. So a question to think about: did the man who jumped overboard have the gold, or did the gold have him?
A little something to
think
think
about that.
There. That's right. I'm going to say the gold had him.
I would definitely say that.
Yep.
And that was my closer look.
Very
Did
cool.
you learn anything?
I always learn something, but I just, like I said, I couldn't get certain images out of my mind.
I know. Operation Goldfinger. And
so all I could picture, craziness. That's it. It was, I was seeing the movie in my head while you were talking about that. I'm like, I got to blank it out, but it wasn't working.
And it was during the time of Austin.
I know. And that's really all I could see was Dr. Evil saying these things. This is like he was right here with me.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting. I'm like, oh my gosh, Kathleen, stop. Go to something else already.
I had to share that
Great
one.
Great job.
Because I was doing the same thing, too. The same images crossed my mind,
yeah,
too.
I bet. Awesome, though. That was hilarious, and I loved it. And it was great and educational and informing.
Now, did you guys even know of Operation Goldfinger besides Austin's house?
No, God, no. I thought you were making it up at first, you know? But and that's why I said I really do believe it. I don't put nothing past our government. It just was a weird name for them to come up with, you know. It sounds like something right out of a spy movie.
I know, and some of these stories, I mean, you don't really hear about them a lot. Obviously, the gold rush, that takes everything, and most of the stories about gold in the United States. So that was kind of some off-the-wall things that I thought you'd like.
Great job. Yes, I loved it. I hope everybody else enjoyed it as much as I did. Great job, Kathleen. Kathleen's closer look. Always look forward to those. Man, very cool. Well, I think what we should do is I'm going to let Kathleen get us a name, and we'll give away a pan and vial from our friends over at MakeYourOwnGoldBars.com. And then we're going to mention, don't forget that's right. And then we got the monthly giveaway coming up. I think it's next week here on GPS for the Mad Max water table from our friends at Carolina Prospectors. And then we got Crony Club giveaway will be posted this week for the next month. And then we got 2 quarterly nugget giveaways going on now. We got the Crony Club quarterly nugget giveaway being sponsored by our friends over there at dirthog.com. I want to thank them for that. And we got our Patreon quarterly nugget giveaway being sponsored by Tommy Knocker's Pay Dirt. So be sure and check out both those great pay dirt sellers if you're looking for some great pay dirt and some great gold. So check that out. And trying to think of what else. Oh, don't forget Tuesday night hangouts with Ed and Jess and Dan over there on their YouTube channel at 8 o'clock. Be sure and check that out every Tuesday night live. And I think, I'm not sure I never know who their guest is, so I'm sorry. You guys just go there, watch it, look, enjoy. So Tuesday nights at 8. So Kathleen, let me know when you're ready.
Tim, real quick.
Yeah, bud.
if for any of our current Cronies Club members, Jaron found this out, so I wanted to share it because it is useful. If you're wondering when your Cronies Club membership expires, all you have to do is go to the top right-hand part of any page where it has your name, inbox, alerts, friends, and settings on goldprospectorspace.com. Mm-hmm. Just click that settings button, and you'll go to your profile page, and you can scroll down towards the membership section, and it will tell you when your membership expires.
Oh, very cool. Good to know.
Very cool.
Good
Thanks
to know.
to Darren.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. Good job, man. And the rules are like always. When Kathleen calls your name, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds to answer in the Gold Prospector Space chat room that you are here. It's that simple. That's all you got to do. So, Kathleen, whenever you're ready, just let us know.
Okay, I've got a name.
All right. Good luck.
Benjamin Tyler.
Benjamin Tyler?
Tyler. Tyler. Benjamin. Ben.
There's Dennis's music.
I love it.
I do too, Dennis. Do you like that better than Jeopardy, Dennis?
A lot better.
A lot better? Come on, Benjamin.
Benjamin Tyler, are you out there? Say you're here. You won something.
Are you here? TikTok.
Benjamin.
You got
I think they just want to hear the whole song.
I think so. They got like, let me see. They got like 25 seconds left.
We give them a lot of time, don't we?
1 minute, 30 seconds. I'm watching the timer on the song.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
I knew it. They like to hear the song.
I think so. I think that's it. I think, honestly, that is it.
Wow.
They're all picturing it.
They just like the song.
Sometimes, though, we need to mix it up with the classics, and go back to Jeopardy.
You never know what it's going to be.
Okay.
I'll do the next one, a different one.
Okay, you got it.
Barney or somebody.
I don't know. Let's just get Dennis to sing another song for that.
I agree.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know what he can
Hey,
sing.
Benjamin, I got you on a side chat over here. Look to the left, and I need your address, please.
Easy peasy.
Just look to the left on your screen. Don't actually physically look to your left. Rich is not next to you. Well, hopefully not. That'd be creepy.
Yeah.
No, that would be.
Look under active
I'd
conversation.
be worried about your orifice.
Are you talking about my orifice again?
Oh, not again.
Leave my orifice alone.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You guys are rotten.
Things we talk about.
I know, right? It's like, where's it go? It starts out smooth sometimes. And
It's the shenanigans.
it is. It's
the shenanigans again.
It's the shenanigans. It's what it is. And then here we go, wandering again. Mercy.
So when is the first outing that somebody knows this year? At all the clubs, at everywhere, somebody say where the outings are and when they are.
Well, hold on, we got a caller, Rich, okay?
Cool.
All righty. All right. This is our good friend Toledo, Jess. How you doing tonight, Jess?
All right, real good. How you guys doing? Well, I know how you're doing. You're doing great.
Doing
You're
great.
laughing and giggling.
Oh, yeah. We always try to. Always try to have fun. What's happening,
Oh, yeah.
buddy?
So, for Tuesday's show, it's open mic. We don't have a guest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everybody gets to call in and talk.
Okay.
The reason I'm calling, though, is I got a post today. Kathleen posted a picture of her fish.
Right.
And she posted a picture of them riding in the back seat with seatbelts on.
Safety first.
Now, I understand being careful with your fish, but you put a seatbelt around a bag of water.
With the fish in it.
With the fish in it. Now, I don't know whether you know about water. Water will take on the shape of the container. So, if
Well,
you
we
hit
didn't want a
something,
ticket.
I don't think a seatbelt would have helped.
Oh,
You know.
God. It might have.
I don't know. I don't think so. I just.
I didn't even notice that,
Keep
Jesse.
the koi calm and comfortable. And know we were looking out.
It was pretty hilly back there.
They didn't have no koi car seats, or they would have used
No,
that.
they didn't.
We had to go to a gas station to get a box for the bag, and then we put the seatbelt around it.
Hey, smart thinking.
I was wondering when someone was going to
I
mention
didn't
that.
even realize that they were seat belted in. So that is
You know what? Make everything an
That's the first
adventure.
thing I noticed.
See?
First thing I noticed. She
What'd
put
you-
a seatbelt on a bag of fish.
Did you go, really? Is that what you said, Jess? Really?
I said, but curiously wondering about the seatbelt.
I think it's great. Well, what if they would have got pulled over? They didn't have
Well,
them
we went
seatbelted
when I
in.
got a ticket.
That's
What's the
right.
problem, officer? We're all buckled up. See?
Crazy is what they think.
Everybody's wearing their seatbelt in here.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, officer.
Let's move along.
Move along.
I cracked up when I saw that picture.
That is awesome. That is. I'm
That's
glad
funny,
you.
Cat.
I'm glad you called in and told us.
Thanks, Jesse.
So wait a minute. Are you telling me I'm the only one that noticed that?
Apparently, because
Look, I didn't tell them.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't
I noticed it. I noticed it.
I didn't notice the
See, it
seatbelt.
made
Yeah.
sense, right, Rich?
It made sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, what if it
you don't
went-
want them to go sliding on the floor or anything. you know?
Right.
Right.
I didn't want the bag to leak on
Well-
the leather seats.
Right. What
It
if you had to make a
it
sudden
doesn't
stop?
didn't make any sense to put them on the floor.
Well, we didn't want the vibration from the
Oh.
she said.
Oh,
She was like, that'll
okay.
bother them too much. Put them in the back seat.
I made him go
Okay.
get a box. We stopped in some little tiny town, Utica,
Yeah.
Ohio. Well, I went to the bathroom at the gas station. Get a box.
I just said, hey, do you got any boxes? The lady looked at me and goes, I think we took them out, but what size? I said, well, just something so my fish stop rolling around in the back seat. And she just looked at me.
Probably
She
wasn't.
goes, is this one good enough? I said, yeah, that should help. Do you need more? I
That's
said, no, I
perfect.
only got one bag of fish. I'm good.
He's probably thinking the fish are dead.
Probably.
I know.
Oh my
We
god.
looked some
But
kind
hey,
of crazy, I'm sure.
cute fish, anyways.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm very excited about them. Thank you, Jesse.
I just couldn't let it pass.
No,
I
you
had to
can't. You can't. You
I-
can't.
call it, right? You know?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. That is too funny.
But that's yeah.
Thank you,
But
Jess.
yeah, Tuesday night. It's open mic night for hanging out with Ed and Jeff.
All right, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock,
Yep,
Tuesday
8
night
o'clock.
hangouts. Ed and Jess. Open mic night, see? So I didn't have to know who the guest was.
I don't know what we're going to talk about.
There you go.
We'll find something.
That's the way
Maybe we'll
to do
talk
it.
about. Maybe we'll talk about
Car safety.
car safety.
How to pack a car with all your equipment.
That's
How's that?
right.
Yeah, there you go.
Make sure you seatbelted in.
Yes.
Yes. Especially your car.
Oh, definitely. Awesome, Jess. Thanks for calling, brother, and bringing that to our attention. We needed it. Have a good night, buddy.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
take care.
Bye, everybody.
Jess.
Bye.
Hey, you guys know Razor was on TV, right?
I heard.
Hollywood.
I saw the clip he shared on the site. I
Oh,
don't know.
I actually watched the show. It was pretty cool. Ray was on there, and talking to him about little information about the runoff streams and stuff. So
Ray is turning into quite the celebrity anymore. He's always on
it's like
TV.
2 times now. So.
Yeah, he's always on TV.
Why didn't he wear the Go Prospector space shirt this time? I want to know.
I don't know. He must have been already out there when they come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
He better be taking me there then whenever I get to his place in June.
Mm-hmm. Something. I'm telling you. Here, one more caller, and we'll wrap it up. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Corey Hageman calling from Indiana.
Mr. 2-inch dredge owner himself. How are you doing tonight, Corey?
Not too bad.
Congratulations on your new purchase.
Thank you. I couldn't be happier.
I bet. So what's going on tonight, man?
Not a whole lot. Just relaxing now that I got home and listening to the show, cracking up laughing. My gut hurts.
That's good that we could do that for you. So did you get you any gold today and yesterday?
Oh, yeah. I got a little bit in there.
Okay.
I mainly just wanted to get it put together and get a good run out of it for the day and kind of get used to getting it running, started up. And
You want to do a flame test on it, yeah.
Yep. Get the motor broke in a little bit, let it get some heat run through it.
Sure. Very cool.
That's first time you owned a dredge, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, you'll be...
When I first started out, I started out building my own high banker, so...
Well,
And you
I
can
bought the
get
gold
some
hog.
real nice holds. Kathleen put some nice holds there in the dirt with that thing, It'll run some material, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I got down pretty quick.
You'll like it. Now, you got any changes planned for it? Are you going to change anything right away, or are you going to leave it stock for a while?
I'm... Number one on my list is getting rid of them bungees.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good choice. Good.
That was my number one, too.
This took over a year for us.
It does.
After a year of using them, I can't do this.
Right. It takes some time. I've had mine how many years and still haven't gotten them done. You just procrastinate.
Yeah, it's an easy fix, really.
The aluminum.
Right.
Finding the right metal
bend
to be able to bend it, that's... And then use bolts and wing nuts. I mean,
Sure.
pretty simple.
Oh, it's easy peasy.
Yep.
What about...
Yeah, Corey started making a neat little toy. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet or not.
What is it?
Yeah. Bill, some of you, I've talked to Tim about, and Dennis about, I have a couple 3D printers. And I actually designed up a little, I'm calling it the double-decker mini right now. It's basically taking a high banker and shrunk it way down. It'll set right on your kitchen table.
On a 5-gallon bucket, too. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Like running some, you got some cons you want to run, clean up. It, I actually showed it with the water running through it. Stuff really cool. I got one of them, one of his prototypes.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Cool. Pretty neat, Corey.
It's just printed out right now, and eventually once I get we're going to do some giveaways on some other ones. I'm making some changes with it, and eventually once I get the final design, it'll become a product that I'll be selling. And
cool. Very cool. We wish you luck, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah, just keep us posted.
Enjoy the
dredge.
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and like Kathleen said, enjoy that dredge, and hopefully you get out and do some dredging with us then this year.
Yeah.
No excuses, right?
Yep. I plan on going out Memorial Day weekend, so I've got that off on from work. So
okay.
Wherever I go, I haven't figured that part out yet, but I have the time off.
Good. Get out there and run that thing, man. Get some material through it and I said, you won't have no problems with it. That Honda starts right up every time and just rolls.
Yeah, you'll see it in the. I believe it's in the video. Dennis was counting how many times I pulled it.
Mm-hmm.
I started counting it down to see how many times it took him to pull it for a brand new one.
Mm-hmm.
And after the third pull, I said, "You have that turned on?" He went, "Yeah." And he looked and went, "Nope." He clicked it. So I think it was the second pull, fired right up.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I actually flipped the switch, but I flipped the switch off instead of on.
Right. Yep. That's all it takes. Make sure the switch is on. It's got gas in it. It'll run.
Oh, yeah. She ran like a champ once that switch was turned on.
Oh, yeah. It sure was.
And that video just got done uploading, so.
All right.
Yes. Yep.
So everybody can check that video out that Dennis just put up there. And so, pretty cool. Corey, enjoy your dredge, buddy, and we're glad you enjoyed the show tonight.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great evening, buddy.
See you soon, Corey.
All right. Bye, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Very cool. Corey with the new dredge.
When's the monthly giveaway go off?
Next week.
Next week.
So did you get that information from Benjamin?
Yep, it's already sent.
Good to go. All right. So on that note, I think we've covered everything, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. You guys got anything else you need to say?
Nope.
Good. Everybody good? All right. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. And don't forget to tune in Wednesday night at 9 o'clock for West Coast Wednesdays right here on Prospector Radio. Until then, everybody, have a great week. We're out of here. Good night, everybody.
We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. And be sure to join us every Wednesday night right here on Prospectors Radio for our West Coast Wednesday show at 9 Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again for listening.